guys, so I'm Polly, also known as Polygon Illustration on YouTube, and I'm actually selling out my first Artist Alley this weekend. I'm really excited, and I've been getting ready with lots of different products. And as you can see, I've been experimenting with my stand and choosing how I want my setup to look like. So in this video, I am going to go through all the products I'm going to be bringing with me, all my prints, the different sizes I've got, all that kind of stuff. I'm also going to then show you what kind of things I've bought to display my items. So I'm going to go over how I've organised it and why I've done it like this. So I do want to mention that this is my first ever convention. I've never really sold at one before, so I might realise that I need something or I've bought too much of something, but this is definitely a good guideline for people just starting out, I feel, because it's a way to help them realise what kind of stuff they could use to hang up their items. I really like how mine looks, and I definitely think some people might find it useful to come up with an idea of what they can do. With all the stands and everything, it probably cost me about £200, which is probably seems like a lot, and it is really, but if you think about it, I'm going to be using this setup over and over again. It's not going to go to waste. I'm going to keep using it. If you think you're only ever going to do one Artist Alley or one market or something like that, you probably should like restrict how much stuff you buy. But I'm pretty confident I'm going to be doing this again. I'm selling at a local craft fair in a few weeks' time after Summer in the City, so I'm going to use this again for that. I might make adaptations if I realise it's needed. And if anyone's interested, I could possibly do a review video. I don't know if anyone would want to see that or if I could just make a quick comment about it, but let me know down in the comments below if you would like to see something like that from me, so you can get a better idea of what you want to do for your first Artist Alley. So I'm going to be selling at Summer in the City, which is at the London XL, from the 9th to the 11th of August. It's a YouTube convention if you've never heard of it before in the UK, and I paid £160 for my table. So I think the table was £100, and then it was you could get extra ones if you wanted, but I don't think I've got enough stuff, so I didn't bother. And then extra passes were an extra £60. So I got Ryan a pass because he's going to come along and help me with it, because I don't think I'm going to be able to do it on my own. I did book a hotel, but I personally think that this convention is going to be good in two ways for me, because it's a YouTube convention. It can help me promote my YouTube channel and my Instagram, but it's also an opportunity to get my work out there, and it's a way to meet people as well and network with other YouTubers and other artists. So I'm going to start off with a quick overview of my entire stand to give you an idea of how I've laid things out. So up here at the top on my wire grids, I've got my A3 prints. I really like the quality of these. The weight is 200, and they're silk, and they're really nice. And down here I've got square prints, which are also on the same paper, and then some little A5 prints too. I've also got a sign here advertising that we accept card. I will show you my card machine later, but I think it's definitely important to have a card machine nowadays, because you don't want to miss out on those extra sales. Plus, I do have some items which are quite expensive and people probably won't want to pay for them in cash. I've also put some fairy lights at the back here. I might move them and put them somewhere else when I'm actually there on the day, but I think they might look really nice when they're lit up. Still need to buy some batteries from them though. And I've got a chalkboard here which is going to have all the prices for each individual print size. And then I've got my enamel cat pins from my Kickstarter, stickers, badges, and then some bigger badges as well, my rainbow bear design on. So just for now, I've got my canvas rainbow bear bag here. I'm actually going to safety pin it to the tablecloth, but right now, as it's just on the display, I've just left it there. I need to really figure out how I'm going to display it, but I can't do it till it's actually on the table. But I'm going to bring some safety pins for that. And down here you can see that I've actually, it's up on a stand. I've actually made this bit a little bit higher just because I want it to look a little bit more special and nicer, and I just don't want it on the table flat because they might get lost. So this would be the table down here. I've got another card sign there. The table would end around there so that have room there. And then I've got this sign here. So I'm going to be giving away free stickers to anyone who follows me on Instagram or YouTube or anywhere else. So I've got a little QR code there for people to scan to quickly access my links, or they can just type them in because they're written there. So here are my postcards. So as you can see, there are quite a few of some of the designs like that. There's all that and that. I've got all of them out. I probably won't do that on the day. I'll only put a few of each design out. But I've just put them like that because I don't want to unpack it from the elastic band until I'm there at Summer in the City. So over here, I've got my keyring rack. I still have to fill some of them. There's still some gaps, but I'm in the process of making more keyrings. But I've just put these on that for now to make it look as good as possible for the video. I have some more stars as well elsewhere. I have quite a few more of these colours I've already made, but I just haven't put them out because I want to put other colours on these ones at the back and keep the other ones in storage until I sell out. I've also got this table runner which has my logo and then my website and social media accounts. It probably doesn't look that great right now, but that will be hanging from the top of the table. I am really happy with it. It's great quality and it's going to last me a long time. So here you can see that they're actually hollow. I haven't put a back panel in for these two, and we will be able to use this to keep the cash box, to keep the stickers, to keep the card machine, all those kind of things back here. So they're kind of hidden away. So now I've shown you what my setup is like. I'm now going to go through and show you what products I've got. And yeah, so starting off, I've got my stickers. I've got a few different designs of these. I've got my polygon logo and a little square hedgehog. And then I've also made my enamel pin designs into stickers too. Next up, I have my badges. So I've got a big rainbow bear badge. Then I've got two smaller badges. So next are my enamel pins. I've got two different designs, a sitting and a standing cat. And then I've got this canvas bag. I've bought about 30 of these, which I think will be plenty. If I don't sell all of these, I'll also be bringing them to the craft fair I'm selling at the end of September. I really like these. I think these might sell fairly well. Especially since at conventions like this, people do bring buy a lot of things. They'll buy prints and stuff from other artists, and it might be nice to have a cute little bag. So next are the postcards. With these are on really nice textured paper. You probably won't be able to see on camera, but it feels like it's from a sketchbook, which I really love about this. Because it just makes you feel like you've got a bit of original art, even though it is a print. But I'm really happy with how these have come out. I actually did order I think 12 of each design, but for two of the design, this one and the whale, they actually gave me a lot more than 12. I haven't counted them yet, but I wouldn't say this isn't far off 50. So I have a lot of these to get through. I've also got these postcard prints, except they're not really postcards, but that's what the company I got them printed from said they were. But these are square prints with the same textured paper. This is of my Posca drawing I did a few months ago. And then I have these are the Dan and Phil postcards. These are glossy, and I did these as a poster as well as the little A3 prints. I've actually got a few of these, a lot more than I originally ordered, because they actually messed up some of my prints. So I've also got my Space Girl prints, and as you can see, I've stuck a label on them, but they all have a back on them that says Polygon Illustration Space Girls. And they actually mixed the back up between two of the prints. So the Dan and Phil ones was just meant to say Polygon Illustrations, but they then put that on a different one of the Space Girls, and the Space Girls on the Dan and Phil cards. So I'm probably going to sell these after I've got rid of the ones that have now been corrected and just say Polygon Illustration on. but I do have these as spares if those ones do sell out, if they do. So as I said, I've got sets of my mermaids and my space girls. I've got little stickers there saying what's in them, and on the back as well, so you can see each design. I've actually put a different postcard at the front of each pack, just so when people are flicking through they can see what the print looks like. And then I've got my little textured sloth postcards. So this is a pack of 3, so there are less in here, but they are on the really nice high quality sketchbook type paper, and I think they pretty much look like the real thing. Like if I put that next to the originals, you probably couldn't really tell which was which. So next up are my felt keyrings. So I've got different designs of these. I've got the bunnies, bears, cats and birds. So next I have my star keyrings. I have these in multiple colours as well, and I still need to make more of them because I want to also include green ones, blue ones and black ones in my selection. Next I've got my sloth and cactus bear keyrings. These are made out of shrinky dink plastic, and I've then put resin over the top of them to make them have kind of like a dome shape to them, which gives them a really nice smooth feel. So next up I have all my prints. So with my A3 prints, what I'm actually going to do with them is I'm going to take some folders with me, which I'm going to put in about 30 of each print in each folder, so I'll easily be able to flick through and see which design the customer wants, and they will be stored under the table instead of having them out on display. Just makes it a little bit cleaner and tidier for everyone. So now this is the part of the video where I'm going to show you the things I bought for my setup. So to start off with, I bought some wooden pegs. I got these to hang the prints up. Next are these little stands, so I'm going to use these to write the prices on for some of my items. These are really good. They were actually from the wedding section from Poundland, so I did actually buy a second pack as well, which I haven't opened yet. I'm going to take them with me just to be on the safe side, but I don't think I'm going to need them. So then I've got my little card sign, my QR code scanner sign. So next up are these wooden boxes. I actually painted these white. They were originally brown, and they said memory box on the front of them. These were on sale in Poundland, so it was 50p each. So both of these cost me £1, and this is what I put my badges in. Next up we've got this. So this is where I'm going to put my enamel pins. I really love this. I think it's really cute, and it's got a little chalkboard as well, which matches my other signs too. This I got from Tiger. I think this cost me about £3. I'm not sure if they sell it there anymore. But it was originally like a garden planter, so you're meant to put flower pots in there. Then I've got my chalkboard, which I'm going to write all my prices on, and it actually also came with a pack of chalk and a little cleaning sponge thing. This again was from Poundland, so it altogether cost me £1, which is pretty good really. Next up I've got these fabrics, which I put over the top of this. These I picked up in Poundland. I was originally planning on using these for like backdrops for taking photos for products and stuff, but I didn't really use them for that as I didn't like how they looked, but they're actually great for covering this up. So next up are my fairy lights. I got these from Primark for £2.50. Next up is my stand. So this is collapsible, so as you can see this is it when it's taken down. It doesn't lay completely flat, but it's fairly flat. And it comes in 2 pieces with the stand there. I actually got the narrow version of this, which I'm kind of happy I did do, because I don't know if the other one would fit on the table, and this one fits perfectly. There's a little bit of space in front of it, so it's not like hanging over the edge or anything, and I really like it, and it can fit quite a few cards on. I've also got my keyring stand as well. This was super cheap. I think it was £6 something, so it was less than £7, which is really good. It did actually come with a third bit, but I decided not to put it on because I don't have enough to fill the whole thing, but I have the option there if I want it in the future. And then last but not least, I've got my grids here. So I actually bought the 36 grid set. I think I probably could have done with a smaller one. I think I didn't really need that many. I've still got a lot left over, a lot of squares left over that I haven't used yet. But in future, if I ever need more, I have them more. And I found that when I looked at Amazon for them, there wasn't much difference in the price between the ones that had less grids, and in fact some of the 12 grid ones actually cost more. So alongside all my normal products and everything, I'm also selling denim jackets. I've painted them. So I've done a range of different jackets in different sizes, and I'm hoping by Storm in the City I will have 9 or 10 there to sell. This little stripy strawberry, space, jellyfish, and then I have this one with all these flowers, and I'm currently in the process of making another one. I am currently painting this purpley one with another butterfly and flowers. So now I'm going to go through the extra little bits and pieces I've bought. So starting off with my tablecloth. So tablecloths are actually fairly expensive when I'm looking into them. So what I ended up doing was actually buying a bed sheet. So this is a flat bed sheet. They're not that easy to find in England because most of them are like the fitted ones, but I did manage to find this in Primark, and I got it in this peachy colour which kind of matches some of the elements in my logo. I think it's really good quality, especially for Primark, but it's just going to do the job as a tablecloth, and looking at it now, it just doesn't look like it's a bed sheet. It does actually look like it could be a tablecloth. Next I have my banner. So there are lots of different things you can actually do for banners, and I've seen people do different things, but what I wanted to do was I wanted a table runner. I was thinking of possibly doing a tablecloth, but there's a possibility that tables could be different sizes and this may not fit. So I designed this myself. I've got my logo and then all my links and stuff on it as well, and I really like it because it matches everything. It matches my YouTube and Facebook and Twitter and stuff, and I really like the quality of this. It's really nice. So what I've seen other people do for banners is you can get the ones that are standing, you can get ones that are like a flag, and then people sometimes just clip banners on top of the tablecloth. I did consider possibly doing that, but I didn't like the idea of it possibly being too heavy for the tablecloth and maybe pulling it down a little bit. I've seen other people make their own banners and cut out letters and things. I didn't want to do that, as I wanted it to be really professional and to match my brand and for everything to be the same pink and yellow stripes. But that's just me personally, and if you're just starting out, maybe you could go for something a bit easier that you just made yourself, but I wanted to go full out and get this. But it's up to you, I guess, really, with banners, because there are lots of different options you could do for that. So next is my cash box. I got this from Amazon. It's fairly big inside. You can open it up and pick that up there, which is where all my notes are going to go. It comes with 2 keys, which is going to be quite useful. So next is my card reader. This is a sum up card reader. It cost me £19 from Ryman's. I have seen it online, but the prices seem to vary quite a bit on there. Sometimes it can be as cheap as £15 when they have a deal on. Sometimes it can be as much as £40. And I couldn't really find a decent deal, and I thought it would just be easier just to pop down to the shops and pick it up. I really like this. It's really cute and small. You can do contactless on it, or you can put your cards on it as well if it through there. You can control it through your phone with an app. And the app is actually really useful as well, because I'm going to use it as a calculator and as a way to keep stock of all my products. Because you can enter in each product you have. So when someone buys something from you, you can just press that product, it goes straight to the cart, you can press another one, as many as you want, and then when you check out, you type in how much cash they've given you, or you can select card, and it works out all the change for you. And then at the end of the day, you can also go through and see how much you've sold, so you can keep a really good eye on your stock levels, and you can see what products are popular too. Next are business cards. I love my business cards. They're really good quality, they're really cute with the corners curved. I think they're really nice, and they're kind of like little mini prints, so people will also be able to remember what my work looks like, as I'll be able to give them a card, and then they'll be able to look at it later and be like, oh yeah, I remember seeing her art. And I also have all my website links on the back and everything there too. So for these, I bought some circle label paper and I printed out the designs on them. There are templates you can find online to fit the paper you've bought. So with these, I'm going to be giving them out free to people who come to my table, who follow me on Instagram, on YouTube, all that kind of thing. So this might be a great way to persuade a few people to go and subscribe to me and come over to my table and say hi. To make sure my customers get their postcard prints and their little key rings and bits and bobs, I bought these little bags to put them in. These are a 6 size, so the same size as the postcard. I got them in purple. The photo had them as a little bit more pink, but it doesn't really matter. I got 50 of these and they were quite cheap on Amazon. I've also bought these bags as well, so these will fit my square prints in and my A5 prints. I've also printed them with my little girl logo. I've probably only printed half of them with them, but I don't really expect them all to go, and if they do, I'm going to take the rest of the plain ones with me just in case. For the bigger prints, I've got elastic bands, so I can then roll them up and secure them with these. So this last stuff probably isn't anywhere near as fun to look at as the rest of it, but I've got some scissors, some sellotape, and some blue tack in case of emergencies. This is just in case something breaks, something falls down. Scissors for maybe opening things if I need to. I just think it's a really good thing to have just in case there's any problems with anything. So another thing I'm bringing that I think is really important to bring, especially for me, is a power bank. So the reason I'm bringing this with me is because my phone runs out of battery fairly quickly now. It's a 2-year-old iPhone, so it won't last me the whole day. And this, I can get about 2 charges out of it, which will probably be enough. So I am going to be bringing my camera along with me too. So I will be vlogging on YouTube and posting photos and stories to Instagram. So make sure you're subscribed to me down below to make sure you get all the newest content from me. And my Instagram is down there too, so you can give me a follow there as well. And I hope I can share with you what it's like from an artist's view. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you found it helpful in some way. Let me know in the comments below if you have any other tips for anyone else who may be starting with their first artist alley at a convention or at a market fair or anything like that, because that would be really useful for me and for other people watching this. Please remember to hit that notification button if you want to see what I've been up to for the last few weeks, because you know what YouTube's like nowadays. Plus, it will mean that you'll be one of the first to see my videos. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!